What's going on? My car blew up. I have a story. I have a story to tell you. Um, wa- Wild night, and yeah, let's do a little story time. Crazy night. It all started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? And by the kiss, I meant, hey, I'm bored. None of my friends are online. The fam's out of town. So what am I gonna do with myself? I was like, I'm feeling little party coming on, you know. So what do? I go to the next nearest place that I feel like a party would be happening. It's a Saturday night. What am I gonna do? I'm like, let's make a night out of it, you know? What else am I gonna do? And I do. I made a real good night out of it. Now let's look up Google Maps. Let's see what's going on. And so I start looking. I'm like, oh, there's like this pavilion place where there's live concerts. Oh, there's a couple bars and they also have live music. So I'm like, hell yeah. But this is 25 minutes away, and I wanted to be responsible. So I was like, I'm gonna do one beer per spot that I go to, and I stuck to it. So what I ended up doing, driving the 25 minutes down, looking around, it's like 9:30. I'm like, things got to be popping off, you know. And I look around, there's nothing, everything's dead. I'm like, oh well, maybe I picked the wrong spot. Maybe I should like go somewhere else. I go to this like third story rooftop club. Go there, it's still pretty dead. But then there's this Indian dude, not feather Indian, but dot on the forehead Indian, right? Just to clear things up. No racist. Don't cancel me. Just it's important. And I started talking to him. We actually have a lot of things in common. He's been to different places that I've been to. Anyway, not really relevant, but cool dude. And talking to him, trying to blow off some time. And then it starts getting a little bit more busy. Starts getting a little more popping, but I'm getting bored. So I started looking around, trying to see if there's any other bars. It's kind of the same thing. Things are dead. I waited out till like 11 because I talked to some guy and he's like, "Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of dead right now, but usually 11 o'clock at night. That's where you're at. That's where you got to be at." My speed is more of those Irish bars that you can kind of play pool at and just kind of join up and meet friends, meet dudes. 11 o'clock rolls around. I go back to the rooftop club. And then so I go try to like find a group. I'm like, all right, I need to like make some friends. I need to go hang out with somebody. There's just, have a good time. Maybe do a couple dances. People are just standing around. There's like VIP slots and shit. But then I see this group of guys, maybe 23, 24-ish. They look goofy and they look pretty nerdy. So I'm like, I'm trying to find a way to insert myself. And I think about it. I'm like, I got it. So I start moving in. I'm like, yo, what's up, boys? How's it doing? And I like clap them up and they're like giving me weird looks. I'm like, what's happening, boys? And I swear I met you guys last time. Like you're I can't I'm bad with names, I'm sorry. They're like, no, this is our first time here, man. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, oh, I fucked up. But I was like, oh, my mistake. I'm bad with faces too. My mistake. I was like, well, what's your guys' names? They started like introducing ourselves and stuff. And I noticed that there's two girls that are also in the group, but they're like kind of shying away. I'm like, oh shit, dude, I'm cock blocking these guys right now. And then I noticed that they like don't have drinks in their hand. They look awkward as hell. The dudes were kind of goofy and nerdy, and they were kind of just like talking to each other, even though like they already did the hard part where the girls were inside of. They're already like in the group, and they were cute. It's not like they were just yeah. They were cute girls, and so I'm like, what are these dudes doing? Like, why are they fumbling right now? But I keep trying to like bring the conversation around to bring the girls back in, so then they would like talk to the guys too. Then they, one of them just keeps handing around like a cigar. I'm like, okay. So I get an idea. I'm like, these girls need to loosen up. They need to get drinks in their hands, and yeah, I'm gonna bring one of the guys with me. So I get one of the guys. I'm like, listen, dude, we need to find out what they're drinking. So I asked the girls. I'm like, hey, what are you guys drinking? One of them's like, oh, I usually like a vodka cranberry, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I asked the girl if she wants a screwdriver or something, but she's already kind of being all weird. And I leave with the other guy, get the drinks, come back to the girls, and I'm like, here, just give this to her. I'm really trying to hook him up here, trying to give like he gives one of the drinks out, but then his other hand had a like cigar or beer in it or something. So I end up giving the other girl the screwdriver. But the other guy didn't want to come with, so I had the other drink and I gave him to the other girl the screwdriver to the other one. And she was cute. She was pretty busty, you know. And she started like talking to me and stuff. She's like, blah, 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 this, and she's like, I used to be a meth addict, and back in the day, I see you guys hitting your vapes and stuff. Like I can't do any of that because it just reminds me of when I was a meth addict. So I'm like, yo, I'm like, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that you're not doing that shit, man. I'm not gonna offer you my vape or anything. Like, good for you for getting off that. And I like look at her. I'm like, you don't look like you did meth at all, but like, all right, we're good here. And I'm like, dude, get in there, get in there to one of the other guys. I'm like, talk to her. And he's like, oh, yeah, and he like laughs awkwardly. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, like whatever. I slowly kind of like back up to alienate myself from the circle more, and I'm just kind of like looking around the buildings and looking around at the lights and the small little city town, party town, and try to break away and let the guys like do their work. But then one of the guys like breaks off and he comes to talk to me, and he goes, hey man, so you in the military? I'm like, oh, yes. Yeah, I am. I'm blah, 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 blah. He goes, oh, cool, man, nice. So does that mean that you're a Republican? And I go, yeah, I lean to the right, yeah. And he goes, oh, no, yeah, cool, yeah, nice. So, are you racist? And I'm like, yo, what? I look at him like, this dude really just say that to me right now? And I was like, dude, I didn't know. I don't. What do you want me to say? You know? And eventually, the guys and the girls start talking. Finally, they're like done being awkward. They're talking and they start like dancing a little bit, but then they break off again. So I'm like, I'm not giving up on these guys. Like I'm gonna do a little icebreaker. I'm like, how do you guys feel about dancing? Let's dance a little bit, you know? Blah, blah, blah. And then the meth head girl, the former meth head, like kind of breaks off. She's like, she breaks off, being all awkward, dude. So then the other girl I'm with, that I got the Sprite, cranberry, vodka, whatever. She starts like coming to me because she knows I like got the drinks, like she knows, and she starts kind of like dance a little bit. She's like, I don't really dance. I'm like, well, it's fine. You just kind of like vibe out and you hang out. You do that like one of these. And as soon as we start dancing, I'm like, hey. I reel the guys over because I'm like, God, this isn't my girl, dude. Like, this is your job, motherfuckers. Come here. So I'm doing one of the not really, but you know, one of the metaphorical ropes, trying to reel them in, dude. Like trying to reel them in. So I'm trying to get these nerdy ass guys with this girl. And I'm like, just get in here and dance, dude. I've done all the hard work, man. They have drinks. They're vibing out. They want to dance. Like, just get in here. This isn't my girl, dude. I'm a married man. Like, you get your ass over here. But then the girl still like wants to hang out with me, and she starts giving me eyes. And I'm like, oh god, dude, what did I do? No, I was supposed to be the wingman, dude. And she starts giving me the eyes. I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? Like, stop. This isn't my girl, dude. This isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm like, oh, whatever. How do I break out of this? How do I get out? And the rest of the group finally comes over and kind of saves me from that. It was literally like a few minutes of that. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, the guys, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be the wingman. And the guys, they all come back over and they start talking a little bit. But then like the girl starts giving me eyes, like the small tomboy girl. She starts giving me the eyes, and I'm like, I fucked up, dude. I need to leave. Like, I am not a positive member to this group anymore. They think I'm coming in here and just like trying to take the girls that they saw. I'm like, this isn't me. I'm a married man. I'm like, yeah, you know, like, not for me. I'm about to dip out at this point because I'm like, I'm ruining this night for these dudes. These poor guys. They're too awkward. They don't know what the hell's going on. And this girl started giving me eyes. And I'm like, I need to get out of here. But then the meth head girl comes back and she grabs the girl that I was dancing with, that I was trying to hook up with the other guys. Grabs her and like yanks her out. She's like, we need to go. I was like, okay. I was like, well, sorry boys, I tried. So I left out of there and I ended up leaving. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I came here for like a concert, live music. And I looked for it, couldn't find it. I'm like, you know what? This isn't for me. Like, I'm good to go. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. So I do. I'm trying to find my car. I'm like, I don't know where I park. This is like a small grid city, like a tiny downtown area. I'm like 1 a.m. trying to smash my key fob, trying to find my car. And eventually I find it, hop in, put it in my GPS to get back home, and I get back on a major highway, and as I'm going northbound trying to get back home, not even on the road for like 2 minutes, some big brand new truck, I think it was like a GMC, dark gray, they just decide to pull out right in front of me while I'm going about 50, 60, because I'm getting ready to go back on the ramp to get on the main highway. Pulls out right in front of me.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
And well, what do? I'm like trying to gauge what the hell he's gonna do, but nope, he just pulled out right in front of me, and I slammed on the brakes. I didn't have any reaction time to like move anywhere. I couldn't because of the way he came in. So I slammed on the brakes. I start to fishtail a little bit, and I'm like, I'm about to hit this dude in the ass, which I should have. I'll get to that later. Fishtail a little bit. I swerve to the left to avoid hitting him. My front left wheel pops the curb, and I hear like a loud ass noise. Like I hit hard. It was boom. I hit that shit hard. Tire, I'm pretty sure is done for, but I can't tell. It was just such a loud noise. I get back on the road. Yeah, sure enough. 3 seconds later, I hear the. That's not good. I think my tire's done. Shit, Kurt Cobained itself, dude, for sure. Well, shit, dude. Now I need to find a tire shop. I'm like, who's gonna be open at 1 a.m.? So I look through like my phone. I'm trying to find a part to pull, a big enough parking lot to pull over. I start smelling burning rubber. I'm like, ooh. I find that parking lot. I pull over. I park. And I'm like, all right. So I don't like putting park, car still running, and I look on my phone. I'm like, all right, next tire shop that's open at 1 a.m. in the morning. And I smell something, and I look up, and I see flames. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, you're not on fire right now. Stop. Like, you're messing with me. Stop. Like, quit. And I'm like, okay, well, shit. Let's check this out. So I get out. Yeah, sure enough, my whole front left wheel is engulfed in flames. I'm looking at it. I'm like, why? Like, I'm no surgeon, but this isn't supposed to do this. I know this for a fact. It's on fire. I'm like, maybe it'll die down. Like, I'll just let it burn off. Take it down a notch, all right? Like, I'm not trying to deal with a fire right now. I'm like, shit. Really on fire though? Look at it. I'm like, yep. It's totally on fire right now. Start looking for a fire extinguisher. I'm like, I have nothing. I don't even have a spare tire in the back. I looked. I'm not equipped for the situation whatsoever. It'll probably burn itself out, right? It could be a little big boy, take care of itself. But yeah, it wasn't going anywhere. So I started getting all my stuff out of the car, getting all my crap out. Yeah, everything I need for work, everything that I need that's just like general my stuff. Get it all out of the car. Step aside, and then I look back at the fire, and it is growing, and it's like starting to reach my engine bay. I'm like, oh, like this is starting to look like some Call of Duty shit's about to happen real quick. Hold on, I might need to like go in a couple, a few yards back. I'm like, I need to take more than a few steps back. I was like, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. I'm like, you know what? This okay. It might be time to call 911. Like I was gonna let it burn out on its own. I thought it'd be a big boy and take care of its own issues, but no. Call 911. This sheriff just pulls up while I'm on the phone with the fire department. He's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what are you doing? And he's like yelling at me from, I don't know, like 30, 40 yards away. And I'm still on the phone. I don't want to yell at the sheriff, like all super far away, and I'm still on the phone. So I keep talking to the fire department. I slowly walk up, and I'm just like, whatever. Like, this is a normal Tuesday, I guess. And this is what goes on. Walking slowly toward the sheriff, still on the phone with the fire department, explaining what's going on. There's nobody in the car. Everybody's safe. It just caught fire. I'm good. The engine's off. We're good to go. We're just going to let it ride, right? And then the sheriff's so freaking out. He's like yelling, but I'm on the phone with the fire department trying to give them information. And he's like screaming, yelling. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I'm not going to be yelling at this sheriff while I'm talking to the fire department on the phone. So I started like slowly walking over to him. And he finally gets in like distance where I can hear him. He's like, hey, I'm talking to you. I am talking to you. Hello. I was like, I'm on the phone with the fire department right now. I'll tell him what's going on. He's like, is there anybody in the car? I was like, oh, well, okay. He's freaking out for a decent reason. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. And I was like, no, dude, nobody's in the car. I was like, take it easy. It's all good. It's fine. Nobody's in the car. Engine's off. It's secured. And then like while I'm telling him all this stuff, I hear pop. There's like a a very small explosion. I'm like, whoa! Like,
Shit.
I think the tires blew up and like the extra oxygen in there kind of fueled some of the fire and it gave like a little boof. And there's like a little baby mushroom cloud going up in the air. It scared me a little. The fire's behind me, so if it startles the hell out of me, hear this loud ass pop, and I look back and the car's like deflating. It did a little bounce, and it was loud as shit. It was, it's kind of wild. I was like, oh, okay, this is getting a little more serious. I was like, the entire front end of the car is on fire now. And right at this point in the video, I'm gonna start inserting some pictures for you guys to see and some videos of the fire department putting it out, and you can kind of see the firemen blasting it with a huge jet stream. They got there eventually while we were talking to people and the explosions, and it was wild. It was a pretty big fire. It encompassed the entire engine bay, almost up until the driver's side door. Melted everything inside the compartment. I'll show you the aftermath here and what happened. Yeah, destroyed everything. So I'm working with insurance now, trying to get that taken care of, trying to raise some money. Oh yeah, the last part of this story is me being the biggest dumbass ever and executing everything poorly because I was taking Snapchats, I was recording, I was like, "Oh shit, dude, the car's on fire," and I captioned it. I was like, "I'm never going out again." But I took all those and I sent that to my family group chat. Yeah, I sent it to my family group chat, and that's all I said. I was just like, "I'm never going out again. Car's on fire." And then I was like, I just commented. I was like, "I blew up." That's all I said. And I get home, tell my brother the whole story of what happened, and I was like, we started like kind of fucking around the computer. My phone dies, and then I'm like, it's late. I need to go to bed. I was like, I'll deal with all this shit tomorrow. Don't even put my no. I do put my phone on the charger, but I didn't turn it back on. So all my family saw was the video of my car on fire and be like, "Oh shit, it blew up." Blah 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 blah. And like it looked like the pre-stage of the Call of Duty car animation when things would explode, like a Michael Bay movie, and they're like, "Dude, is everyone okay? Like, what the hell's going on? Are you good?" Blah blah. Blah. But my phone was off, so I didn't get any of this. And they started blowing it up. So I wake up the following morning to someone banging in my house and like coming in and yelling.
FBI, open up!
And I contemplate grabbing my gun. I'm like, what the, like, what now? Like, am I gonna have to shoot a motherfucker? And then I recognize the voice. I'm like, oh, that's my neighbor. I'm like, what the hell? And so I look down the stairs. And I'm like, why are you in my house? He's like, dude, your whole family's freaking out. They're calling me right now. Like, they just saw your Snapchat videos. They couldn't get a hold of you. And they're like, your Ring doorbell got taken down. They couldn't see it. So like, they didn't know if you got robbed. Like, we don't know what's going on with you, man. And I'm like, oh, fair enough. Because I took my Ring doorbell off to try to hook it up to my main doorbell so I can hear it better. Totally forgot about it. Very unfortunate sequence of events of dumbassery and bad luck that resulted in one of the biggest shit shows ever of people thinking I'm dead. Mind you, my wife and my kids and everybody's in New Mexico. My other family, they all live like an hour away. So they see this, they're trying to like figure out what the hell to do to check up on me. My neighbor got my garage code, came in. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a wild night for sure. Now I got to deal with insurance and try to get money to get a new car. But I'm safe. I thought it was kind of funny. Shouldn't say that because everybody freaked out, and it was kind of super stressful for everybody. And like now I got to juggle having no car and trying to go back to work. But I thought it was funny. It was supposed to be just a fun night, going out, hanging out with some dudes, hanging out with some girls, play some pool, and then go home. I tried to be responsible. I tried. And then I blew up a car. My wife texted me. She's like, dude, I was gone 2 days and you blow up a car. Like, why do I even bother leaving you alone? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen. I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be this way. But that's my story. I hope you enjoyed story time with Shadow Cloak here. And thanks for clicking up. Thanks for staying this long. And brought to you by our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Have a good night. Bye.